live at the event to bring you the latest.
And a governor is facing possible impeachment due to a sex scandal.
So I'm telling you right now, do not ask me anything other than those two things. So I'm setting the ground rules.
What's next for his future?
And one Arkansas senator wants to cut funding for an in-state stadium. How it will affect fans on the Hill. This and more as UATV starts right now.
Welcome to this Wednesday night edition of UATV. I'm Savannah Skidmore.
And I'm Chris Redfern. Thank you for joining us. J-Days at the University of Arkansas are in full swing, and tonight is the Roy Reed Lecture, one of the biggest events throughout the week.
This year, one of our own U of A professors has been selected to give the speech. Adrian Rose has more on the story.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing outside of the U of A Alumni House, where one of our own, Professor Hoyt Purvis, is giving the Roy Reed Lecture. Professor Purvis has been employed by the University of Arkansas for 34 years, and this is his last semester with us. When talking to Mr. Purvis about what he is most excited about for tonight, he says it's the faces he's going to see before he retires.
Colleagues, people, friends of mine in the media, many of my students, current and former students. I look forward to being able to see lots of them. Some of them I haven't seen for quite a while.
Professor Purvis has conveyed how honored he feels to have been selected to give this lecture tonight, and wants the audience to have the takeaway message that you can never read, or write enough. Which, if you've ever had Professor Purvis in class, this isn't the first time you're hearing this little tidbit of advice. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Adrian Rose.
The journalism department has also hosted a scholarship ceremony at the Alumni House earlier this evening. Students, parents, and faculty gathered today to celebrate Lemke journalism students. The journalism department awarded $80,000 in scholarships this year, the highest amount in the history of the department.
I feel honored that my professors were willing to invest time and money in me, and I hope that I can just be really successful at the university and after I graduate.
Carson was among the more than 60 journalism students that were awarded scholarships.
It's Faculty Appreciation Week on the Hill, and today faculty and staff were treated in a sweet way. Burton's Comfort Creamery teamed up with the U of A to hand out ice cream sandwiches to staff members looking for a sweet snack this afternoon. The ice cream social is just one of several perks faculty members are receiving throughout the week.
I think faculty work really hard, not only during the academic year, but during the summer as well. And I think it's a really great time in April to really say thank you before the school year ends and appreciate them for all the work that they do.
Faculty members can also receive discounts at several establishments throughout campus, including Albon Paint, Starbucks, and Hog Heaven. The athletic department is celebrating Student Athletic Appreciation Day. Athletic Director Jeff Long showed appreciation through a letter thanking them for their continued success. He says your continued accomplishments, both on and off the field, are shining examples of the focus on our mission to develop student athletes to their fullest potential.
Spring has sprung at the U of A, and so have seasonal allergies. UATV's Renita Wilkerson tells you how to fight the struggles of allergy season.
When your body has an allergic reaction to something, it's going to release a chemical called histamine.
Histamine is a compound released by cells into the body as a response to injury, allergies, and inflammatory reactions.
There's preventive measures you can take as far as, keeping your home clean and free of pollen, vacuuming your floors regularly, washing your clothes and your linens. I can't stress enough how important it is to take a shower before going to bed after being outside all day.
Pollen allergens are floating through the air and attached to our hands and clothes without us even knowing.
Like the ragweeds, the oaks, are really what gets people this time of year is when you start seeing the oak dust. That's in the air. It's just the fact that everything is blooming out early this year, and so we're going to see more of it, and it's just going to continue all year long.
Since we did not have a harsh winter, pollen and seasonal allergies arrived sooner than expected.
There are over-the-counter medications like Allegra and Claritin that do help with the allergy season. What's really good to know is that if you're using it consistently, it's going to give you the best results.
There is an organic remedy to ease allergen flare-ups.
People will take bee pollen as a cure for their allergies. If you do that, you know, you have to be careful and take little bits at a time, because if you're allergic to pollen and you eat a big bunch of pollen, you're going to have an allergic reaction to it.
For problems with seasonal allergies, it is best to take precautions and medicate before you have symptoms.
Allergy season usually comes with higher springtime temperatures. Let's head out to Selena Nelson, who is live on campus, to get a look at your current conditions.
Well, we have definitely had a very windy Wednesday today. Now, a lot of the students here don't seem to mind that. It's beautiful, clear skies currently, and we're looking at about 61 degrees. Now, with the wind, it does feel like 59, but that is perfect, and that is how the students out here seem to like it. But one not so perfect thing that comes with these high winds are chances of fire. So I want you guys to look at this map that the National Weather Service posted not too long ago of Arkansas and their fire warnings. Now, Oklahoma and Arkansas have had wildfires all throughout the day, and that area of the light brown that northwest Arkansas is in is only a fire weather watch. Now, the pink towards the south is a red flag warning, which is the step up, and that is actually where we saw the fires burning. But that's what these winds can sometimes bring us when the moisture level is very low. But I will be back with your 5-day forecast, as well as how those winds may affect the pollen and those allergies you guys were talking about earlier. Back to you guys.
ASG elections are over, but more students than ever before casted their vote in the race. Over 3,600 students voted in the runoff, following an approximate turnout of 5,000 students in the general election. Connor Phlox and Maggie Benton, who won president and vice president, grabbed 58% of the vote.
A birthday celebration for one of Arkansas's most celebrated political figures is approaching. Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences is honoring former Senator Fulbright's 111th birthday Friday at 2:30. The celebration will be at the Faulkner Performing Arts Center.
A world-renowned musician and peace activist is coming to the U of A. Cesar Lopez will speak and perform 1 week from today in the Smith Concert Hall at 7. Lopez is known for transforming AK-47s into an instrument of peace. The lecture will be in Spanish with an interpreter standing by.
Tomorrow is the last day to pick up tickets for the Springtime of Youth Music Festival. Students who reserved tickets earlier this week must pick up their ticket by 5 o'clock tomorrow in the Union. If there are still tickets left over after tomorrow night, a second round of reservations will be available for students.
Country music legend Merle Haggard died today at the age of 79. The singer recorded more than 3 dozen #1 country hits over 6 decades. Today was also his birthday. Fans from all across the country, including the White House, expressed their appreciation for Haggard and his music.
He was a legend, and he was somebody who I think told the kinds of stories that that whether you live in an urban community or a suburban community or a rural community, I think you could relate to.
Haggard was scheduled to perform in Jonesboro on May 10th. Officials at the ASU Convocation Center say ticket holders will receive a full refund.
Coming up next on UATV, as students leave for the summer, more apartments are left empty. Find out how you can save money subleasing your place.
A governor is under scrutiny for his involvement with a former employee. How he's fighting for his job. UATV News will be right back after this. If you're leaving for the summer, you may be looking for an easy way to save some cash. Reporter Lauren Pizzey might just have the solution for you.
Savannah, summer is coming up, which means a lot of people are going home or have internships, but most leases for apartment complexes don't end until the beginning of August, which means there's around 3 months of empty rent during that time for those apartments. I spoke to multiple complexes today that told me the best way to save money is to sublease or re-let your apartment.
As the resident would be the middleman in basically the transaction. You would still hold the lease, so you would still be liable. We would still be the landlord, and then you'd have another person who basically would pay you, and then you'd pay us. Reletting is a little safer for you as the resident. It basically releases you from any liability. So that's the real difference there, is we take you out as the middleman.
They also told me the best way to find someone is by contacting them through social media or through Craigslist to make sure that there's someone that you can trust to take over your lease for the summer. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Lauren Busy.
In the 3-month span, the subleaser is in charge of paying for rent and any damages that may occur.
Big wins for one of the GOP underdogs on the road to the White House. Ted Cruz got a victory in Wisconsin to close the gap on the frontrunners. The Republican crushed Donald Trump 48% to 35%. Cruz's win over Trump in Wisconsin now pushes the GOP closer to a contested convention, but Trump isn't giving up without a fight. And for the Democrats, Bernie Sanders beat Hillary Clinton by about 13% in Wisconsin in the primaries. Sanders' campaign team believes he has momentum on his side after winning 7 of the last 8 contests. Candidates are now being focused on the Big Apple and its big delegate prize. Alabama Governor Robert Bentley faced reporters today, but he refused to discuss his possible impeachment and a sex scandal. The governor instead focused on the budgetary issues.
Set some ground rules before we get started with the questions. We're going to talk about Medicaid and we're going to talk about prisons, and that's all we're going to talk about. So I'm telling you right now, do not ask me anything other than those 2 things. So I'm setting the ground rules.
The move for impeachment follows news of a recording of a sexually explicit conversation said to be between Bentley and his now former top aide, Rebecca Mason. The Hogs' alternate football stadium could be losing its ownership. What this could mean for the Razorbacks' future in Little Rock.
A Northwest Arkansas senator says he wants to cut annual funding on War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. UATV's Callie Barkwell tells you how students are responding.
It also gives a good opportunity for those who are in the southern part of Arkansas to have a chance to come to Little Rock and see the game instead of making the 5 or 6 hour drive to Fayetteville.
Opened in 1948, War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock has hosted over 200 Razorback football games. But in recent years, talk of moving all games to Fayetteville has been stirring up. Northwest Arkansas State Senator Bart Hester, a chair of the Senate's Economic and Tax Policy Committee, says the state spends almost $900,000 for the upkeep of the stadium. Hester says this is not a joke. It's time to cut this item from the budget and sell the War Memorial Stadium. Then Pulaski County can collect the property taxes that the Little Rock School District needs so desperately. If funding for the stadium is cut, all home games would be played in Fayetteville. Razorback defensive tackle Tywan Johnson thinks that War Memorial Stadium is beneficial to the rest of the state.
That side of Arkansas doesn't get to travel to Fayetteville a lot. We're in the northwest corner, and just when I see the look on the fans' faces when we arrive, it gives me great pride in the school that I play for.
The Razorbacks' 2016 season is still set to play 1 game at War Memorial on October 1st. For UATV, I'm Callie Barkwell.
State Senator Hester says the stadium should be sold to another entity to take the burden off Arkansas taxpayers.
U.S. soccer star Abby Wambach will speak at the U of A following her DUI arrest on Saturday night. Wambach publicly apologized on Facebook, saying she takes full responsibility for her actions. She will speak at Bud Walton Arena on April 18th, and that event is free to the public. And now for our trivia question. Who is the oldest golfer to make a hole-in-one in the Masters Par 3 contest?
We'll have that coming up with your sports after the break.
A group in Florida was hunting for hogs over the weekend when they encountered something much bigger and much deadlier.
A man says the 780-pound alligator was so big that when he posted pictures of it on Facebook, many people thought it was an April Fool's joke. But a picture of his son actually laying on top of the reptile was hard to doubt.
And that's going to do it for us here at UATV. I'm Chris Redfern.
And I'm Savannah Skipmore. Have a great night.